The Guide Reader Pod also allows you to view and read newspapers via NFB Newsline. So on our main menu here, if we want to, rather than choosing books, let's choose newspapers.
Books 2 of Z. Newspapers, magazines.
We'll go ahead and hit OK.
My newspapers, magazines. There are 2 options. My newspapers and magazines, 1 of 2.
The first option is going to list all books and magazines that we've subscribed to. Newspapers and magazines that we've subscribed to. But before we do that, let's go take a look at how you can subscribe and find a newspaper. So we'll go to the right.
Subscribe to a newspaper or a magazine.
Do OK.
Online libraries. There are 2 options. Bookshare periodicals, 1 of 2.
Now, we can choose either Bookshare periodicals or NFB Newsline. We'll choose NFB Newsline for this example.
NFB Newsline 2 of 2.
Go ahead and hit OK.
NFB Newsline. There are 9 options. My favorites, 1 of 9. There are actions of if.
And let's choose all.
All 2 of 9. Loading. Please wait.
There was also an option to do by state.
Add an FP Newsline type.
That would show you all the newspapers for a specific state. We've chosen all, so there's just going to be hundreds and hundreds of different options here. We can use our arrow, our up, down, left, or right to move around.
ARP Magazine 2 of 546. ABC News 3 of 546. Aberdeen American News 4 of 546. Abilene Reporter News 5 of 546.
When you find the newspaper that you'd like to subscribe to, hitting OK.
Subscribe to Abilene Reporter News. There is one option. Subscribe 1 of 1.
It will allow you to subscribe. Once you subscribe, then it will show up under My Newspapers. So let's head back to the main menu of the My Newspapers.
Loading. Please wait. Add main menu. There are 6 options. Continue with books to newspapers.
There we go. Go into our newspapers.
Magazines. There are 2 options. My newspapers and magazines.
And we'll do our first one here, My Newspapers.
Loading. My newspapers and magazines. There are 3 options.
This shows us a list of the newspapers that we have subscribed to.
Time Magazine 2 of 3. Wall Street Journal.
And we'll do the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. So we'll come back to the left.
Milwaukee Journal.
Hit OK.
Select edition. There are 6 options.
I can now choose the edition that I want. So we'll do the latest edition here. So we'll hit OK.
Press OK to play or pause.
If I want to start reading right from the beginning, I can hit the OK button.
In asking for support for Senate Bill 7.
Now, I'm inside of an article before, so it's resuming where I left off reading this newspaper. If I'd like to go find a different article to read, again, I'm going to hit the Actions button, just like we did on the audio and textbooks.
Headings. There are 7 items. Pacers to kick in $63 million as part of deal to keep.
And here we have a little bit of a structure of how it's set up. So I'm going to use my left arrow.
Packers 7 of 25. Heading 2019-02-26 1 of 1.
So that tells me the issue that I'm on. So I'm going to come back to the right.
2019-02-26 1 of 25.
And here are all the main sections of the paper. And within each of these sections, there are articles or sub-articles. So we'll come down.
Obituaries 2 of 25.
Now, if you were interested in obituaries, we could use our right arrow.
Obituaries 2 of 10. Heading level 2. Subheadings are open. Select to read or press left to go back to the previous heading level. John J. Jackney.
And I can now move through the specific obituaries if I'm looking to read a I can't even speak today. If I want to read a certain one. I'm going to come back over to the left, though, to our main categories.
Obituaries 2
and we'll come down.
National 3 of 25. Food 4 of 25.
And let's say I'm interested in food. I'll go right arrow to see what articles are available to me.
Food 2 of 3. Heading level 2. Subheadings are open. Select to read or press left to go back.
I'll come down.
Home bakers in Wisconsin are happily selling their treats. Now that it's legal, you could too. Mary Bergen. Special
Down.
to the home bakers.
Oh, so that looks like it's the only one in here. Let's take a look at this article. We'll hit OK.
Home bakers in Wisconsin are happily selling their treats. Now that it's legal, you could too. Mary Bergen. Special to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. Press OK or tap the screen with 2 fingers to continue reading.
We'll hit OK.
Home bakers in Wisconsin are happily selling their treats. Now that it's legal, you could too. Mary Bergen. Special to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. You may have been known for a killer brownie. Your intricately decorated cookies might have been a hit at all the family birthday.
We'll hit OK, and that'll pause our reading. Well, again, we can adjust the visual display by pressing and holding our volume up to make it larger,
Zoom level 8.
or pressing and holding our volume down to make it smaller.
Zoom level 7.
At any point, we can also hit our Actions button,
Headings. There are 3.
and we can get right back into that navigation to choose a different article.